We're back for some more of my birthday special for Aaron Elliott with our next Super Nintendo game. And we're going to play Jeopardy. Let's see how it goes.
Jeopardy! Here are the categories.
Foreign cuisine, the Old Testament, ports on the map, notice port in quotation marks, religious music, World War II, and finally, Mother Goose. Okay, I can deal with these categories. Let's get started.
The answer is...
No matter how you slice it, it's brought in Germany. What is bread? Foreign cuisine, 200.
The answer is...
From the Latin meaning to serve, it's the soup that starts a meal. What is minestrone?
The answer is...
French cookie made of sugar, egg white, and almonds. Its name is from Italian for macaroni. What is a macaroon?
The answer is...
The distinctive starchy ingredient in Chinese dishes with Maine in the name. What are noodles?
The answer is...
Called the fruit of India, it's the main ingredient in a popular chutney. What's the mango? Ran the category. How about that?
The answer is...
Old Mother Goose, when she wanted to wander, would ride through the air on a very fine one of these. What is a gander? Okay.
The answer is...
Not Horatio, but this character was a hornblower. When awake, that is. Who is Little Boy Blue?
The answer is...
What are the two groups that failed in their attempt to reassemble Humpty Dumpty? What are all the king's horses? The other one was all the king's men.
The answer is...
Simple Simon went fishing in a pail to catch one of these. What is a whale?
The answer is...
In the second verse of Sing a Song of Sixpence, the king was here, totaling up his assets. What is the... King was here, totaling up his assets. Oh, what is the counting house? Got it.
The answer is...
Delilah gave him a real trimming. Who is Samson?
The answer is...
In Hebrew, its name means Sea of Reeds. What is the Red Sea?
The answer is...
Through sons Isaac and Ishmael, both Jews and Arabs trace descent from him. Who is Abraham?
The answer is...
The name Palestine comes from these biblical enemies of Israel, who are the Philistines.
The answer is
A sorrowful Old Testament prophet. His name now refers to predictors of doom. Who is Jeremiah? Ran that category. Next.
the answer is
In 1770, it replaced Cap-Haïtien as the capital of Saint-Domingue, which is now Haiti. What is Port-au-Prince?
the answer is
European country whose lavish 16th century style of architecture was known as Manueline. What is Portugal?
the answer is
West Coast city called America's City of Roses. What is Portland?
the answer is
The construction of the Suez Canal resulted in the founding of this city. What is Port Said?
the answer is
This capital of Trinidad and Tobago was founded by Spanish settlers in the 1500s. What is Port of Spain? Here we go. Next category.
the answer is
A synagogue official who sings liturgical music, played in The Jazz Singer. Not by Eddie, but Al. What is a cantor? Let's do it. Famous traditional American hymn, or what some call Miss Jones of A View to a Kill. What is Amazing Grace?
the answer is
In Latin, this famous church piece is called Sanctus, Sanctus, Sanctus. What is Holy, Holy, Holy? Absolutely.
the answer is
He sang Let's Stay Together, but left soul singing for gospel preaching. Who is Al Green? Yep.
the answer is
General name for music played during the passing around of the money plate. What is the offertory? Oh, there you go. That's it. Okay. All that's left is World War II.
the answer is
FDR called him Uncle Joe. Who is Stalin? Joseph Stalin, yeah.
the answer is
On July 20th, 1944, German Colonel Klaus von Stauffenberg tried to assassinate him. Who is Adolf Hitler?
the answer is
9 months before D-Day, American troops invaded this country. What is France? Oh, there you go. It's not France. I was on such a good streak, too. They invaded Italy. It was a European country, but it was Italy. Oh well. With the amount of money sitting in front of me right now, I'm not going to complain.
the answer is
If you go long enough without a bat, even the police will let you alone, wrote this correspondent. Ernie Pyle. All right. Last clue.
The answer is
In 1942, the Southeast Asian monarchy joined the Axis. What is Thailand? Well, we got 28 out of the 30 clues right. We have $13,900.
here are the categories.
For Double Jeopardy, the categories are for the kids, science, vocabulary, plants, screenwriters, and we'll close it out with sports trivia. All right. Let's get going.
The answer is
A case for arrows, whether or not it shakes. What's a quiver? Vocabulary for 400, please.
the answer is
It means government by a small group, not government by men named Ollie. What is an oligarchy?
the answer is
If your hostess offers you a comfit, she expects you to do this with it. What is eat it?
the answer is
Often used in perfume to prevent rapid evaporation, its name means gray amber. What is ambergris?
the answer is
From Latin for to beg, it's a fancy 9-letter synonym for a beggar. What is a funambulist? No, that's too many letters. What is a... Oh, what is it called? Or beggar. What is a mendicant? Mendicant. There we go. Kind of pulled that one out of thin air, but I got it right.
the answer is
No one in his neighborhood calls him Fred. Who's Mr. Rogers? Phooey. Phooey.
the answer is
Monroe leaves beasts who'd rather smell the flowers than fight. Who's Ferdinand?
the answer is
First thing the old lady swallowed in the famous rhyme. What's a fly?
the answer is
You meet chuds, gussets, and gherkins in his book, If I Ran the Zoo. Who's Dr. Seuss?
the answer is
Nickname of Kid, Detective Brown, or a compendium of knowledge. What is encyclopedia? Uh-oh. All right.
the answer is
3-leaf plant used by St. Patrick to explain the Trinity. What is a shamrock?
the answer is
Biology branch which studies plants. Oh, got locked out on the buzzer that time. Botany, yeah, I was doing so good too.
The answer is.
Until the Speedway was built in 1959, the auto races were held on this Florida beach. What is Daytona Beach?
The answer is.
In 1927, the Toronto St. Patrick's took this more botanical name. What are the maple leaves?
The answer is.
Field position in baseball in which one can get knocked out of the box. What is pitcher?
The answer is.
In one day, May 25th, 1935, he equaled or broke 4 track and field world records. Who is Jesse Owens?
The answer is.
Oreo cookie eater whose Palm Springs LPGA tournament is sponsored by Nabisco. Who's Dinah Shore? I'll do it. From a poisonous bulb, this yellow flower welcomes the early spring. What is the dandelion? It's not! The daffodil!
The answer is.
Coming up from Florida, you might say you saw this sharp-edged grass of the Everglades. What is sawgrass? Now I have to bounce back. I gotta do it now.
The answer is.
Most extensively grown and eaten food in the world. What is wheat?
The answer is.
Part of your body in which you might find an amalgam of silver. What is a tooth?
The answer is.
At sea level, the speed of this is 332 meters per second. Crap. Sound, yep.
The answer is.
Name given to the simplest electron tubes as they have just 2 main parts, a plate and an emitter. What are diodes?
The answer is.
Many of the salts of this element, whose symbol is Ag, are light sensitive. What is silver?
The answer is.
A foot candle is a unit of illumination, and a foot pound is a unit of this. Ah! Sue locked me out on the buzzer. It's work, yep.
The answer is.
John Huston and Ray Bradbury brought this Melville classic to the screen. What is Moby Dick? If you've gone up and seen her sometime, she may have been riding I'm No Angel or Klondike Annie. Who is Mae West?
The answer is.
The star of Harold and Maude wrote Pat and Mike with her husband, Garson Kanin. I don't know. Oh, Ruth Gordon, that's right.
The answer is
Author of Exodus, who wrote the screenplay for Gunfight at the OK Corral. Who's Leon Uris?
the answer is
Charles MacArthur and Ben Heck adapted Wuthering Heights for film, but not this. Their own 1928 hit play. What is the front page? Now on to Final Jeopardy. Let's see how it goes. Her money book was subtitled How to Earn It, Spend It, Invest It, Borrow It, Use It to Better Your Life. I don't know. Oh well, I'm still gonna be the winner. I can't be caught.
the Final Jeopardy answer is
Sylvia Porter. Oh well.